What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Life You Have with Tez. That's me, and you can't see me right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a budget, a very simple budget. It doesn't even have to be elaborate. I'm an artist though, so I'm probably just going to go off and do some stuff. But anyway, we're going to get into it. Let's start right now. So as you can see here, we got a spreadsheet open. This is what we're actually going to use to make this budget here. So just like I said in my other video, okay, so we're going to write income and we're going to write expenses. We've got one column for income, one column for expenses. And what you want to do is you want to put in any kind of income that you get, whether that's tip money, a grant, an annuity, car insurance, settlement, whatever money that you have coming in, that's what's going to be here. But we're just going to play around. I'm just going to make up some stuff based off my real life. And then we're going to go over later on and look at what I actually make. This is about a roundabout figure of what I actually make. This is for the month. I have $3,000 that comes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two, because then from what we can do is go in here just like this and put in Netflix. I know I told you guys you don't need it. We really don't, but my wife keeps it for the kids. We downgraded ours from that $15.99 went to $13.99 because we don't really need 4K. Doesn't make any sense for us to have it. So okay, so that's $14. Okay, we got Amazon as well, but we don't actually pay for that by the month. But if you did, then this is what it would look like. And it says $13 right there. We're already at $27 right here a month. So I got a Planet Fitness membership. It's about like $22 a month. Unless they went up, their price, it changes in every September. So we got Sirius XM. And I'm debating whether I want it, because I've already downgraded that service, but I don't know if I need to keep it or not. Basically, because of the fact that I only use it on long road trips, but it comes in handy because I'm always on long road trips. So it's one of those things. I only listen to 2 radio stations. That's a long aside. Okay, so that's $21 a month, right? Then we got the gym, which is $22, Amazon, which is $13. Okay, so now we've got our actual internet bill. Internet bill, $75. So like I said in earlier videos, I am a guy who tithe, so I give my 10% of 3,000 would obviously be 300. Now I do 20%, so that would be 300 times 2. So where my other 300 goes is it goes into investment. That's the other 300. Like I said, this is a roundabout what I make, but it's not really what I make. We're gonna go and we're gonna look later at what I actually make. We're gonna do groceries. So what we do is we spend $400 a month. That's $200 every paycheck on groceries, because the kids are at home and they're bored, so they like to eat. I give my wife and myself some spending money, because you need that. You need to figure out how much you're actually gonna need. For my wife, $200, because she likes to buy like baby clothes and all that stuff. And for me, I give myself about $100, because I go to Amazon and I get stuff like my max stuff is probably about $60. Here's another money saving tip for you. If you're on Steam, add your stuff that you want to buy but you can't afford, put it in your wish list. They will tell you when the price actually drops for the game that you really want. So for me, I wanted Nier Automata, and it dropped today. It dropped I think like 3 days ago. So the price is now $19.99. That's a price I'm really comfortable with paying. Right, so we've got pretty much everything. I don't know how to add all this stuff up on this. I'm also not using Microsoft Excel. I'm using a free version, so call me cheap, but that's what I do. That's how I save my money. Pro tip number 16, get open source files when you want to save your money. The downside is you got to figure out how to use them, because they don't work all the same. But anyway, so we pretty much got our roundabouts here. Now I can sit here and try to calculate, but I am not a person who really knows how to calculate. So I'm just going to use the app. It is what it is. Those who can, they do. But those who can't, they teach. So here I am teaching. Okay, so 14 plus 13. Let me just do this here, because our totals are going to be, I'm just going to put the totals of the numbers that I actually add next to it just so you can see how actually simple this is to do this. So that's 49 plus 21, which is 70. You see, there's nothing hard about this, but yeah, a lot of people don't do it. They don't even try to make a budget because yeah, it sucks. You got to actually devote some time to something that's not TV. Whatever, man. This is 145 and 145 plus 300 for 45. Sheesh, adding up, huh? 745. And again, like, all this stuff is not really even set in stone. And then there's the little stuff that's going to come out of nowhere for you. Like, for one, I didn't even put my car insurance on here, so that is what it is. So this would be plus 200, which is 1345, and then finally, and then your plus 100, which is 1445, and then we've got car insurance is about, like, I guess about 250, which is kind of highway robbery because I have the same exact stuff that I had in Pennsylvania, but when I came to Fort Hood, suddenly everything like that jumped up in price. Don't understand at all. I don't get it. So I know I had told y'all that this, like, you should try to get this as half of this. So really, if we can find somewhere to cut $195, which is really easy to do, because really all I need to do is we just take away 100 from here, and I can drop myself down to like 50, or take 100 and then I can cut my spending out, because I don't really need that. Like, I'll make my own lunch, so I'm not really spending that. I'm not doing anything else with this, but for now, this is what we got here. So this is our total right here. I'm going to make this in bold just so we can see that. So that is what we are actually bringing in. This is your actual budget here. This is all your basics, but this is pretty much just a normal budget right here. There's nothing hard about this. I literally opened the calculator and I wrote up all the stuff that I'm going to spend, and that, so let's say you're trying to save for a vacation to Hawaii, and that Hawaii vacation costs you, like, let's just say for a family of like 4, Hawaii costs you like $1,000. Okay, so you know, if it costs you $1,000 and you make 3,000, but this is what you're left with. So now what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure out how to get from this $1,695 to this 3,000 to figure out how much you can actually put away to plan this trip. So we're dealing in hypotheticals here. All right, and we're gonna subtract 3,000 from 1,695, because this is what we were left with at the end of all that. So that's 1,305 right there. So our total is 1,305 left over. All right, so 1,305 is what we actually got left over. We don't want to be dumb and try to say, okay, well, since we got 1,305 left, we're gonna just put it all on this Hawaii trip. No, we can be smart about this. Let's say that we're gonna go to Hawaii next year. So let's say we're gonna go next year in, let's say, May 20th of next year. So that gives us 8 months. So that gives us 8 months to get to this $1,000. So you know what we're gonna do? That's 1,305 that we got. We're gonna divide it by 8, because if we're only gonna do one time of payment of this, then it's only gonna be 8. If we were doing 2 times, then we do it by 16. Does that make any sense? I'm hoping it makes sense. Okay, so if we divide this up by 8, then we only have to pay $163.12. So that's what we'll be putting in the savings. For this trip, we'll actually be putting $163.12 is what we would actually be putting away a month. If we started literally on the 1st, today is September 30th, and we wanted to go to Hawaii, it was $1,000. We would put away that times 8, and that would help us come up with this $1,000 right here. Also, if you had 8 months and you wanted to save $1,000, we can change this. This could be anything. This can be Super Bowl tickets. Not saying that Super Bowl's in 8 months, but you know, it could be that. It could be Disney World. You know, it could be anything. If it's $1,000 and you have this, this is what you're always going to be left over with, then that's going to be that. Now, let's say that you have low income. I mean, like, you're not even looking at $3,000 a month. You're trying to get there. This is how much realistically you probably looking at right here, if that at all. So you know, if you currently do this stuff right here and you live with this, I'm not a mathematician, so I'm going to use this calculator right here. So we know that if we track 2,000, or actually if we track 1695 from 2,000, we only have $305 left. That's $305. When you have low income, even though you want to plan an extravagant trip like this, it's possible, but you probably should be putting your money somewhere else at least, or trying to go somewhere cheaper. I say this because usually when you have low income, there's all sorts of other stuff that you probably need to pay on as well. Like let's say you have student loan. Yeah, let's say your student loan is $150. Well, you know that you're not gonna have this anymore. And let's say that you have you need to put gas in the car, right? And you don't have a regular car. No. You wanted a Mustang, so I'm not even gonna do that to you. Let's just say you got a Toyota Corolla, so it cost you maybe, like, let's just be conservative, let's just say $60, depending on how you drive it. So now we just added to this. We're still gonna keep these values the same, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up and we're gonna add this 1695 plus 150, 1845. You are probably not gonna make it, just saying right now. 1905. So at 1905, I don't even need like true math here, because this means you only have $90 left. If your income is $2,000 a month and you are doing this, you're overstretched. Like, you're coming in way too hot. That means you're net positive at the end of all of this. You have an extra $5, $95 left to your name. You're overstretched. How do we figure this out? Because we want to go to Disney World, want to, be able to put $400 away for groceries. We want to be able to invest. We want to be able to tithe and all that stuff. Well, the good news is I goofed. So look, your 10% right here, that's 200. That means you're going to increase down here by 100. Okay, so now you got 100. You don't need to put that much away for investment. Like I said, let's just say we're going to put 100 away. That saves us 200 off of this 395. Let's say we don't even need Netflix. We're not even gonna do the Netflix thing. We can live without it. So what we'll do is we'll add 395 and we'll add 14 to it. It's 409. You see, just these small changes can affect a lot of things. Now we don't have Netflix anymore, so we can go ahead, and I wish I could do a strike through, but I cannot. We're just gonna turn it white. Okay, Amazon, if you're trying to keep it, but we're going to say you're being extra aggressive about your getting out of whatever you're in, whether you're in debt or you're just trying to save that. And we're going to go down here and we're going to add 13 to this 409. So now you're at 422. So just small changes, which really this shouldn't have really been up there. So technically, you would have had more money anyway. You don't have to give your spouse $200 to go spend on the kids and all that stuff. You can just as easily say, look, I'm only going to give you $100, so you got to figure it out, which means you gain another $100. You don't have to give yourself $100. You can half yourself up too. Now you're at 572. You see, even if all of your other things stayed the same, you're still looking pretty good. You're still over the $500 mark that you can actually use for the end of the month. Still have some discretionary money in case any kind of accidents happen. Whatever happened, it's all good for you to go. Anyway, that is pretty much a budget. It's really easy, and what you want to do is you want to go through this every single month. I did tell y'all I was going to add flair, so let's add some flair. And you want to look at it and make sure that everything is good for you. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more of this stuff, just me just showing random stuff. Like I said, you saving for all this stuff. You're just doing a quick, simple budget and you just don't know what to do, let me know in the comments down below. If this is the life you have with Tez, that's me, and this is the video. Peace out.